Merry Meet Witches. It is Wednesday here on Witches of the Moon, and I'm your sub-host, Nimbus River. This week we're talking about sacred spaces, and drum roll please, shocker to most of you probably, will be that I do not have a sacred space anymore in my home, a permanent one, or even a semi-permanent one. Okay. I say that is a shocker because if you are subscribed to my personal channel, the first 7 videos that I ever did were of my altar, and it got really monotonous and boring. So you will know what I mean by that. Also, it's probably a shocker because most witches you see here on YouTube have a witchy room or have a sacred space or a sanctum sanctorum or altar room, or you hear it 1,000 different ways. There are 1,000 videos that are brilliant and beautiful and awesome, and I love it. And I love watching those videos, and at one time I did have that space in my home. I have had a altar in every single room of my home. I've had a sacred space in one room that I dedicated it to, and it's okay. It's okay with my family. My wife is so used to it. I mean, before we got married and she would come and stay over or whatever, she was used to the altar, my altar and my sacred space being in a completely separate room in my house where I would go to meditate. I mean, we'd be watching TV and I don't know, if I felt the need to, I'd just go to my altar and be like, okay, I'm gonna go to my altar real quick. I'll come back in a few minutes. I need to talk to the goddess. Things like that. She's used to it. It's totally cool. Now, you may live in a house where it's not okay to have an altar if you have conflicting religions or, you just don't have the space. And that's fine. Go outside, pick your favorite spot in nature, and let that be your sacred space. Draw some lines in the dirt. Put some sticks together in a circle, if you will. Make that your sacred space. It's totally okay. Right now, I'm going through an energetic shift, and that's why I don't have a sacred space. For whatever reason, last Samhain, after it, I just did not feel the need to have a altar anymore. And I think that's because I was getting too reliant on inside workings and inside nature is what I would call it. Instead of going to nature, which is what I claim to worship, I would go inside and think about worshiping nature, but I wouldn't actually be in it, barefooted, in the grass, feeling that natural energy root me to this wonderful planet that we live on, seeing the energy blow through the trees and the wind, the insects, the birds, the animals that are outside. I was getting disconnected with that, and I feel like I was being called to go back to my roots, go back outside, make nature in general my sacred space, and that's what I did. Now, for certain workings, I still do them inside, and when that happens, I will create a sacred space. I will, create that room or that place or that area where I'm doing that working a sacred space. Just like I have a counter where I've done, and you've probably seen videos from that counter or seen pictures if you're friends with me on Facebook of things that I was doing on that counter, and that's where I do a lot of my workings and my readings and, things like that. And in the way that happens, I will break that down and I will create that my sacred space. Just temporarily, obviously, for the working, but, this is how I do it. And I'm just going to give you a few tips. Number one, we all know that the Lady Grave Dancer, or Tequila, she is Tuesday's host here on Witches of the Moon. We all know, if you're familiar with her, how brilliant she is. She's a brilliant witch, brilliant person, so entertaining, so awesome, so knowledgeable. I got this tip from her, and when I heard her say it, I was like, boom, epiphany, fucking awesome tip. Light a black candle to make your energy be filtered in while you're doing your working. So that's the signification of this black candle right now. When I heard that she uses a black candle as an energetic filter when she's doing a working, I was like, what? Oh my god, that is a freaking brilliant idea, brilliant, tip, and I've used it ever since. I don't even know what video that was. I wish I could so I could tell you to watch it. But also, I cleanse my entire house with Florida water, And I do that regularly. I take a spray bottle, half of it with Florida water, half of it with a natural source water like snow water or rainwater, and I shake it up and I spray it. And it's brilliant. It instantly clears negativity. I will spray it on myself to cleanse myself. You know, I will bring in natural plants, like this aloe inside, to bring that energy inside to create more of a sacred space, bringing nature inside at the time. And also, I will smudge that area. Or if the Florida water is okay, I'll just use the Florida water. But if I really want to cleanse that area, I need no negativity there, and I really mean business, I will smudge. These are my 2 smudge sticks I'm working with right now. That's just traditional white ceremonial sage. And this is my new brilliant Dragon's Blood and Blue Sage smudge bundle. Oh my god, I love that. And obviously this is my wand. Just want to show it to you because it's awesome. There we go. So create that space, create that sacred space if you need it. And don't be discouraged if you don't have a permanent place. Like I said, go outside. Be one with nature. Do the things that you want to do. Do what resonates with you. You have your own personal craft. Don't mimic, don't copy anybody unless that resonates with you. And always make something your own, because that is where you will get the truly brilliant magic that you will work. And also, just a tip, do your own witchcraft. Like, if, you know, you're doing, I don't know, a money spell, and for whatever reason you really think you should use rose quartz in that money spell, use rose quartz because that's what you want to do. Don't do it just because we do it. Do your own sacred space. Do your own workings. Do what feels right to you. Outside, inside, a mixture of both. None at all. Do you. I love you all. Blessed be. Hope you have a great week and enjoy Witches of the Moon and our videos. Bye.